What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. In today's video, I want to give my thoughts on the Atlanta Falcons first round draft pick of Michael Penix. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to give my thoughts on the Atlanta Falcons first round draft pick of Michael Penix. This was a surprising pick for our Atlanta Falcons, choosing Michael Penix in the first round with that number 8th pick. I did mention in several videos that Michael Penix was one of those guys that there was a lot of smoke, and usually where there's smoke, there's fire. Michael Penix is a guy that I think can be a really good quarterback in the NFL, could possibly turn out to be the next franchise quarterback of our Atlanta Falcons. And that's the reason I believe that the Atlanta Falcons decided to take Michael Penix with that 8th pick. Personally, I would have took an edge rusher, either Dallas Turner, Latu, or Jared Verse, because we do need more pass rush help on this Atlanta Falcons team. But Michael Penix, I do believe that Michael Penix was an insurance policy, which I mentioned in several videos, that because Kirk Cousins is 35 years old, coming off an Achilles injury, God forbid if for some reason Kirk Cousins isn't ready when the season starts, or for some reason if he gets injured during this season, you don't want to have to rely on Taylor Heinicke to be your starting quarterback, because we've seen last year that Taylor Heinicke is not the answer at that starting quarterback position. And I really feel like the Atlanta Falcons, they're trying to do their due diligence as far as for any reason, once Kirk Cousins' career is over with our Atlanta Falcons, they want to have a guy that's been groomed up under Kirk Cousins and has learned the system and things of that nature. And I really feel like Raheem Morris, Terry Fontenot, Zach Robinson, and these guys, they fell in love with Michael Penix. They had a private workout where they flew out to Seattle, Washington, to do a private workout with Michael Penix. And that's when I kind of knew that they were really interested in possibly drafting Michael Penix. I didn't think it would be with the number 8th pick. I thought that the Falcons may trade back and take Michael Penix, or possibly take him, in the second round if he was still available. But because the quarterbacks came off of the board, the top quarterbacks came off of the board right behind each other, I really feel like that was the reason why the Falcons decided to go ahead and take Michael Penix at 8. So we're going to have to see how, all of this pans out. But I do want to welcome Michael Penix to the Atlanta Falcons. I do believe that he's a quarterback, possibly one of the best pocket quarterbacks in this upcoming draft, or in this draft. He passed for over 4,500 yards the last 2 seasons with the Washington Huskies. He did help lead that Washington Huskies team to the national championship last year, where they lost to Michigan. But he's one of those guys that can make every throw. He is one of those guys that really had a really good pro day, and a really good did really well at the NFL Combine. But there are question marks as far as his injuries, his injured past in college, him tearing his ACL, him having some shoulder injuries and things of that nature. But if we're able to keep Michael Penix healthy, I could possibly see him being the starter of this Atlanta Falcons team within the next 2 years. If Kirk Cousins stays healthy and plays well, he definitely, I think, still could possibly be one of those guys within the next 2 years that could become the starting quarterback of our Atlanta Falcons. So I really feel like the Falcons are trying to do their due diligence, similar to what the Green Bay Packers did when they drafted Jordan Love, when they still had Aaron Rodgers, who was playing at the top of his game at that time. Similar to what the Packers did also with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, when they drafted Aaron Rodgers when Brett Favre was still playing at a high level, but he was up in age. So with that being said, I do understand why the Atlanta Falcons decided to draft Michael Penix in this situation. Personally, I wouldn't have drafted Michael Penix this early in the draft, but it does. I do understand why they decided to pick him at 8. Personally, I feel like if they were going to go with a Michael Penix, they should have just drafted him at 8 and then used the money that they spent to bring in Kirk Cousins on the defensive side of the ball to bring in more free agents. But with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Michael Penix being drafted by Atlanta Falcons. I definitely think that he's one of those guys that he has the weapons on this roster around him to succeed. We have the Drake Londons, the Bijan Robinsons, and the Kyle Pitts. And we have a really good offensive line. So once he finally takes the reins, if he finally, does become the starting quarterback, he does have pieces in place around him where he could be successful. But I really feel like if the Falcons were going to take a player at 8, I feel like they should have got an impact player that could play immediately, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I really feel like we could have really used a pass rusher with that top pick in this draft. But with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Michael Penix being drafted by the Atlanta Falcons in this first round. Like I stated, I do believe that he could have a really good NFL career. I do think he's one of the better quarterbacks in this draft, especially to fit in this Zach Robinson scheme where you're getting the ball out your hands quick. And he is one of those guys that's very accurate with the football, can make all of the throws, on the field. But with that being said, this being your boy Jew. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. It's always Falcons Nation. Rise up. Be blessed. Peace.